Yeah, for sure.
We'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
First of all, I want to thank the fans for coming out. Unbelievable environment. Record crowd. Couldn't ask for better support from a community and from from a university. This one hurts, obviously. We didn't finish the game the way we should have finished the game. There's no doubt about it. We played a great first half, but weren't able to finish late in the game. Obviously, you second guess some things after a loss like that. Should have kicked the field goal in the first half, but I felt like trusting our offense and rather than putting a true freshman kicker out in that situation. Obviously, after the second hand, it's obviously easy to second guess that decision. When you play that type of opponent, I didn't feel like you're going to beat that type of opponent kicking field goals. That we're going to have to score touchdowns and be aggressive. But the reality is, we had opportunities. We didn't make plays. We didn't tackle well in open space. We dropped some balls. We didn't make plays when we needed to make plays. At the end of the game, obviously, we had a situation there going for it on fourth down, and obviously after we don't have the success that we should have had. Obviously, we should have called something different there. So I'm pretty upset right now because I'm hurting for those guys in that locker room. I know how hard they've invested. I know how hard they've worked. The reality is, we've gone from an average football team to a good football team to a great football team, and we've worked really hard to do those things. But we're not an elite football team yet. And as hard as we have worked to go from average to good, from good to great, the work that it's going to take to get to an elite program is going to be just as hard as the ground and the distance that we've already traveled. It's going to be just as hard to get there. Scratch and claw and fight. And right now we're comfortable being great. And I'm going to make sure that everybody in our program, including myself, is very uncomfortable, because you only grow in life when you're uncomfortable. So we are going to break through and become an elite program by doing all the little things. Lose by 1 point this year, lose by 1 point last year. You make that up by all the little things. By going to class consistently so the coaches don't have to babysit you, and we can spend our time developing you as men and as people and as players, and not be babysitting little things. And don't get me wrong, our guys do a great job going to class, but there's 2 or 3 guys. It's all the little things. It's all the little things that are going to matter. And we are going to find a way to get from being a great program, which we are, just so everybody's crystal clear, we're a great program. We lost to an elite program. And we're that close. We have gotten comfortable being great. We will no longer be comfortable being great. We're going to learn from this, we're going to grow from this, and we're going to find a way to take that next step as a program, because we've been knocking at the door long enough. And it's my job as the head coach. I'm ultimately responsible for all of it. And I will find a way, we will find a way, and with all the support of everybody in this community and everybody on this campus and the lettermen and everybody else, we are going to get this done. I give you my word. We are going to find a way to take the next step. And I can read off all these stats, but the stats don't matter. The stats don't matter. We're done being great. Open it up to questions.
Raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you.
James, there seemed to be a lot of debate on the sideline before that 4th down call. Was there something else called before the play that ended up being called? And did Ohio State give you a different look maybe before the timeout?
Yeah, they changed the look, so we called a timeout, had some discussions. We obviously didn't make the right call in that situation. That's on me, nobody else. That's on me. We didn't make the right call in that situation. Obviously, it didn't work. We've called something similar like that in other situations, and they broke for big plays. But that's on us. That's on me. So.
James, in the second half, it seemed like Ohio State's offense wanted to move more east and west, more laterally. How do you think the defense was able to defend against their skill players in space?
They got their athletes in space. They threw the key screen. They threw the bubble screen in space. They threw the screen to the tailback. They were able to get the lineman out in front. And they got really good players and really good athletes. And we didn't do a great job in space with them. So it was a good plan by them. A nice adjustment that they made. But the reality is if we just get guys down on the ground and fight another down or fight another series, you got a shot. But you can't give up those huge plays for touchdowns at the end of the game.
James, with about 4.5 minutes to go in the game, you guys had a 14-6 on the Ohio State, I think it was 37, up 5 points, 6 points. Was there any thought to potentially going for it in that situation?
Yeah, obviously, you could try a 60-yard field goal. You could go for it. But again, if you don't get it, then you're leaving them with great field position. So we thought we'd punt them deep, which we did. Then we punted them to like the 3-yard line. Obviously we went for it on 4th down early in the game. We didn't get it. We did go for 4th down there. Pinned them deep, really had a good situation, but then we give up a huge play on the 1st down and it swings momentum. So, yes, after the fact, probably should have went for it.
James, have you ever been this emotional about a win or a loss in your career, whether it's been coaching or as a player?
Yes, I'm an emotional guy. Yeah, I've been really angry about losses in the past. Listen, I'm not mad at you guys. I'm upset with myself because I know those guys in that locker room are hurting, our assistant coaches and our players, and we should have finished that game. And like I said, it's not about the 4th and 1. It's not about the 4th and 5, whether we punted it or not. It's getting everybody to commit to waking up every single day and trying to be the best you possibly can be, and we haven't done that. We've gotten to a point where we are great and we're comfortable with being great. That's the issue. We haven't broken through with these types of programs yet. That's everything. Every single thing matters. And I'm going to be all over all of it. Myself, the coaches, the players, the trainers, the doctors, the facilities, the administration, all of it. Because no one's happy with this. Our fans aren't happy. I'm not happy with it. I can sit here and say it's a moral victory and all that because we lost to a higher ranked team by 1 point. No, it's not good enough. So if I drove everybody crazy the last 4 years, we're going to take it to a whole other level.
2 more, Mark.
James, what is the difference between great and elite?
It's all the details. It's all the little things. It's finding a way to overcome adversity consistently. It's, like I said, it's going to class consistently. It's getting the meetings on time. It's having your phone turned off in the meetings. It's not settling for a B in a class when you could have got an A. It's taking notes in every single meeting. Every single meeting. Not because the coaches told you to do it, because you want to be great. It's the coaches making sure that that's the standard. And we don't settle. We don't make excuses. We don't allow it to happen. There is a way to be unbelievably successful in life, in football. That's what we're going to do. And we have let little things slip by. That ain't happening. Because those little things that have slipped by, it's 1 point last year, it's 1 point this year. It's not happening anymore. It's not happening anymore. You guys thought I was a psychopath in the past? You have no idea. And I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm not saying from a negative standpoint. I'm not a negative guy. But I am going to make sure that as our program that we do everything right, and we grow every single day, and we challenge ourselves every single day, and we get uncomfortable. We get comfortable being uncomfortable and break out of great to get to that next phase.
James, how did you think your defense played for at least 3+ quarters of this
Really
season?
good.
And then how do you kind of take that moving forward? Like you said, it's all the little things, but did you see the defense make a jump from point A to point B tonight?
Yeah, I thought our defense played great for 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, they got their athletes in space. We did not do a good job of tackling their athletes in space. Did we take a step as a defense against an elite program? Yeah, I think our defense for 3 quarters played really good, really well. Really well. Against a team that's been scoring, what, 55 points a game? But I'm not going to sit here and say it was good enough. It wasn't good enough. And again, I don't want anybody to misinterpret anything. I'm not blaming the players. I'm not blaming the assistant coaches. It's on me. James Franklin. James Franklin. We're going to get it done together. But ultimately, I'm responsible. I'm going to make sure it gets done, no matter what.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Chris is like, get out of here.